So Trump was talking about NATO, and he kept saying, we're going to break up NATO. I want to end NATO. I want to end NATO. Well, do you know why he wanted to end NATO? Because right now, because Sweden and Finland have decided to join NATO, we've doubled the NATO border with Russia now. So Russia's fucked. This is why Putin didn't want it, because now he can't go into Finland and he can't go into Sweden without us fucking with him.
But I don't understand why. So Finland already fought Putin.
Once, they pushed him back once.
Wouldn't you want to join the NATO? You're a
I
little
think,
country.
I think they're very cautious people. Like if you, when we went to Scotland, I even noticed it. Like everybody outside of it, Americans we were taught to do this. Fucking go. You want to go? Did you shoulder chuck me? We'll throw.
Yeah.
The rest of the world's like, hey, excuse me. And then they don't have a fight to deal with. They just walk home. So I think Finland and Sweden were like, no. Because they were already members. They weren't member states. They were associate members of NATO. They were like this weird, they were kind of connected to us, but they weren't. Now they're official members because they were like, this fucker's crazy. Yeah. But it's also kind of like the disrespect of that is like, oh, now you want in. So now you want a piece of NATO, huh? Okay, come on.
NATO's like,
by the way, you're not getting swag. You got to buy your own shirts.
Ukraine is a massive border. If you look at the countries that are friendly to Putin, that he has installed dictators into that answer to him, Finland would have been one massive border.
Yep.
They're now in. And the other really big one is Ukraine. And then Ukraine then butts up against Poland and Romania and other countries that are NATO
So Russia's going to be
members.
surrounded by NATO countries pretty quick.
No matter what, even if he takes Ukraine, that whole border is a NATO border.
Right. I was thinking about this the other day. I just had this weird existential thought about the universe and life. We have enough resources. Russia's got 11 different time zones. We have enough resources in America. Africa's got resources. We have enough resources on the planet to literally take care of everybody. We know that solar works. We have enough resources to create energy and between geothermal and the sun, we can power this entire world without digging a fucking hole and getting the shittiest stuff in the world out. And yet for some reason, we can't seem to stop and go, hey, why don't we just do that? All live in peace and be cool and go to the next level. We can't do it. So guys like Putin, which I think there's whatever is in our brain, that caveman monkey part of us that's like, nah, I need that guy have that. I need that. There's something about that. And I hot rods, I feel like it. I was a guy with a badass car. I'm like, fuck that guy. And I don't even know why I'm saying it. I was just thinking that we don't need a leader of a country. And here's the problem with this. We need somebody we need a Gandhi, someone like that who doesn't want to lead, but is willing to put out a new thought, a Martin Luther King, a worldwide Martin Luther King Gandhi. And now with the way satellites and stuff, we could do it. We need someone to actually change our fucking thinking.
Totally. We need that here.
Because we have it. We could do it all.
Yeah.
And we don't. I think Biden's pretty close. I'd say what you will. I just watched Biden set the fucking stage at NATO on fire.
Well, there's a lot of right-wing chatter because he skipped Tuesday night's NATO dinner with world leaders. He RSVP'd no. The White House said it was because the president had 4 full work days and needed to prepare for a speech. He said that. Well, he did, yeah.
4 days.
This is the 3rd time the president has skipped a dinner with world leaders while on an international trip. They were also asked if he was skipping it because he had so much work to do. Why was he on the beach on Saturday? He's 80. He's like, I'm going to the beach, damn it.
Here's what a young guy would be able to do, right? He'd be
at the meeting,
like 4 hours of sleep,
right? Feeling
good, knocking out 29 bills and policies signed, done, killer speech, all by lunch. Like that's what a younger, like Spitfire
she
guy.
Pointed something out though. She said we were watching because he tore up the stage today. The speech he gave today.
It was great.
To avoid
now we know why he had color because he's at the beach all week.
To avoid the dinner, and if who that guy is, get him some fucking rest. He's 80. I get it.
Yeah.
So he tore it up. Watch his NATO speech today. It was really good. Fierce, like on top of his game, answering questions, great. But I've noticed, like when there's some crisis going on and it's consistent, after about 9 days, he fucking starts to come apart. He kind of shuffles. He's like,
Yes.
and I agree with you. The young guy thing is that I will agree with you. I would much rather have a 55, 65-year-old Joe Biden than an 80-year-old Joe Biden. That being said, tell me who on the left could take his... Gavin Newsom is the only guy. Gavin Newsom would fuck some shit up. I watch...
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say yes. However, I think there's so many things here, at least here, that are so systemic that I don't know if any one person could do an even
in America,
better
you mean?
job. Yeah, here.
No, I agree. And
There's so many things that need to be like, local leaders, governors.
Yes.
It need, all of those levels need to
Well,
be
we
improved.
forgot that we're supposed to work together. I mean, and I know there's been times in history. Thank God for Rachel Maddow, keeping doing these podcasts you listen to, where she points out another time in history where everything was so divided. I mean, we had a civil war, for God's sake. This isn't new, but we should be evolved enough now to go. We need to get a bunch of people that work together, which with Biden, it's another thing. Biden calls people out. So let me ask you, would you want a guy that's got 42 years or 42, 49 years of experience in government? He's seen it work. He's seen it fail. He knows what works and what doesn't.
Any day. Not only
Or
that.
do you want this fucking dipshit who literally...
Not only that, the people that he will nominate to his cabinet and around him for his administration.
They're competent, right?
It's a massive group of extremely experienced and competent people. Look at Trump's presidency. How many acting cabinet members, acting heads of everything did we have? He never filled all the positions that he was supposed to fill in the first couple of months. Ever. He never did. He left with a lot of acting and empty spaces. Any day. Third party vote, you guys, or
No, don't say don't third party vote is what she's saying.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. Or splitting the vote with RFK because he's a Democrat and he's younger is a vote for Donald Trump.
End of sentence.
I read
I read about RFK Jr. today. You know, he was